Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, nice to meet you. My name is Allison. I post videos every Sunday, so make sure to hit the notification bell down below so you never miss a video. Today I'm going to be showing you a really great hack that I wish I had learned so long ago. It's how to easily adjust the waist on any bottoms that you have so it cinches you in and fits you perfectly. I always have the issue that the waist is too big on me, but it fits me around my hips. I'm a little disproportionate and my hips are a lot wider than my waist is, so I run into this issue all the time, especially with jeans, and it makes it really uncomfortable to even wear them at all. With this hack, it's super easy, it doesn't take that long, and I can use it on any pair of pants I have. I'm going to be showing you two options, one where you hand sew it in, and one where you don't have to know how to sew at all. I'm so excited to show you guys, so let's get started. So here are the pants now. As you can see, they're really big on my waist. They kind of fall down a bit, and even if I tie them as tight as they can possibly go, they still don't fit properly. I just want them to cinch in on my waist better. Here is what I want them to look like once I'm done with the project. You can see that they're not falling down, and it's very flattering and not so big. So these are the materials you're going to need. Pants, obviously, elastic, a marker, a pair of scissors. I have this elastic feeder tool, but you don't need that. You can just use safety pins if you have those, some thread that match the color of your pants, and a needle if you choose to sew this project. So the back of my pants had these 3 rows that were already sewed down, but the size of the hole that you cut and the size of the elastic is just going to depend on the pair of pants you have. You don't want to buy elastic that's too small and is going to move around a lot, but you want it to fit through the back of your pants also, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to be making 2 holes, one on the right side and one on the left side. But here's the most important part. Do not cut through all the way to the back of the pants. On every pair of pants, there will be 2 layers of fabric on the back, and it's really important to only cut through the top layer. This will create a little casing where we're going to be able to put our elastic and cinch in the waist. Then I'm going to cut my elastic, and I'm just going to make it extra long, more than I need, just so I have enough. Better to have too much than not enough. So essentially I'm going to be feeding the elastic through the 2 holes in the back. I noticed that my elastic was too thick for the casing in the back of the pants, so I just cut mine in half. I would recommend buying the size that you need, but I already had this elastic on hand, so it's just easier for me to use this. Then I'm going to take this elastic pull tool. It clamps onto the elastic, and then you pull a little ring down and it holds the clamp in place, and then you could feed that through your garment and it'll pull the elastic through. But you definitely don't need to use this. You can just put a safety pin on one side of the elastic and use that to pull your elastic through. So I started to feed it through the back of the pants, and then I immediately ran into the issue of the tag, which was sewn through the pants. Definitely should have seen that coming. But it's not a big deal, I'm just gonna cut it out. If you have a seam ripper, you can use that to cut it out. I'm just using my scissors. Whatever you have is fine. You really don't need anything fancy to do this project. So I'm continuing to feed it through. You kind of have to push it forward, gather the material, and then straighten the material out. You can see better on the close-up what I'm talking about. And it is a bit tedious, and you definitely need some patience and you have to be careful, but it goes through at the end. So here I have it through on both sides, and I'm just safety pinning it down on one side so it stays in place. And then I'm going to remove the tool I used to feed the elastic through. So now that it's through on both sides and pinned down, I'm going to try the pants on again. I just tie them as I normally would when I'm wearing them. So this is essentially how the whole project works. We have one side of the elastic pinned down, and you're going to pull the other side until it gathers the material in the back and cinches in the waist of the pants. So just smooth out the back so it lies nicely and pull until you reach your desired fit, and then you're going to make a tiny mark on your elastic with a marker at the point where it's pulled as tight as you want and the fit is how you want. Then once the pants are off, pull the side that's not pinned down until you see your little mark coming out of the pants. You can cut off the excess, and you can use a safety pin to pin down exactly where your mark is. Now at this point you can stop if you don't want to sew. You just smooth out the back of the pants where it's gathered, and you can leave the safety pins in. I would recommend getting smaller safety pins than the ones I'm using so it's not uncomfortable, and even though they will be on the inside of the pants, you don't want them to be noticeable from the outside of the pants. So the ones I'm using are a bit larger. Smaller safety pins would work better. However, I would recommend just sewing it down for this project so it doesn't bother you and it always stays put. The sewing is really basic for this project, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So just try on the pants one more time with everything pinned down and make sure the fit is exactly how you like it before you sew it down and cut off any more elastic. So get some thread that matches your pants and a strong enough needle to go through the elastic. I fed my needle and doubled my thread just to make sure it was strong enough, and then I tied a little knot at the bottom. Now all you have to do to sew this is put your needle through the back of the pants and the elastic and pull it out the other side. Then you'll go back in the opposite direction. So you can see I put my needle through the back of the pants and the elastic, and then I turn it around and go back through the elastic and out the back of the pants. And I climbed all the way up from the bottom of the elastic to the top, so the whole thing is sewed down in a line. So to tie off, I just feed my needle through the material and put it back through the loop that the thread makes, and it makes a little knot. And then on top of that, I just tie a couple normal knots, pull the knot all the way down to make sure it's sitting nicely and that it's nice and secure. I did the exact same thing on the other side. Then you can take your safety pin out, give a little tug to make sure everything's in place, and you're done sewing. Now it's time to cut off the extra elastic. So now you can see how it runs through the middle casing and the material is gathered in a bit. Here's the finished product. The pants fit a lot better. They cinch my waist in, they're held up nicely, they're not falling down. And when I tie them, I'm not pulling on the string so hard to make sure that it's tied as it can be. They're still super comfortable, they're not too tight, and they look so much better. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that it was easy to follow and it'll help you out in the future. I'm going to be using this hack on so many of my other different pairs of pants because, like I said, this happens to me with the fit with a lot of pants. I'm really happy that the white linen pants fit me perfectly now. I can wear them all the time. They'll be super comfortable, and it was so easy to adjust them to fit me. It really helps to support my channel when you give me a thumbs up, you leave a comment, you turn the notification bell on, and you subscribe. All of those things will help me out so much, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next Sunday with another video. Bye!